All right. We're now live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sweetcast. We'll see who else jumps in here. But so far, we have the returning champion. I don't know if you can be a champion. Well, I don't know. Charlie's the champion. Returning champion, Charlie Snowkins. Congratulations.
I'll take it.
Welcome. We have Phil Diaz of Zade Comics.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
And they always call you the Diaz brothers. And I don't know if you watch MMA, but that really, I got the first time I was like, wait a second. I got really excited.
Diaz brothers are CG?
Yeah. Like those guys they're crazy. They're good fighters though. I think, I don't watch a lot of MMA, but they just fascinate me. I like to watch their fights. So
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
The whole MMA right now is crazy because there's like no audience, right?
Yeah, but they've got to make money, right? So fights going, and
yeah, of course,
sports is an interesting time.
Yeah.
I mean, even comics, you think like you can't have no more in-person conventions, so I don't know. They're figuring out other ways to make money. That's a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a big cut in a lot of artists' yearly income.
That are the MMA guys fighting in masks?
No, I think they all get tested.
Yeah,
they're not sneezing on each other, are they?
Yeah,
that's dangerous.
Bleeding's okay, but not sneezing.
Yeah. Throwing your phlegm. It's like a Mortal Kombat move.
Finish him.
Absolutely. I better, as we're kind of getting going here. Everybody that's watching, appreciate you. But if you don't mind sharing out the link, I'm going to do so right now as well. Because YouTube, I just don't, YouTube's notifications are garbage. Apparently,
yeah.
I don't understand it, but it's a real thing.
Clint, your videos actually haven't been popping up for me.
Neither
have Ethan's.
It's getting ghosted.
It's just all disappeared.
It's dark. Yeah, I've had a few people tell me that. I don't even know. I have no idea what recourse I have now. It's just like I post them and hope people see them. But I guess that's one thing Twitter is nice for, is because at least you can send out a notification. I should probably do it on Facebook as well. I just haven't really developed Facebook so much. But yeah, it sucks. I don't know why they do that. It's weird because you think YouTube, if they wanted to, you could just be done like that. I definitely would not want my entire career to be on YouTube, because they can just get rid of you. In fact, did you guys hear about? I'm not like into gaming streaming, but there's this apparently pretty popular streaming guy that does gaming stuff, and he's kind of a character.
Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, they just shut him down.
He's the two-time champion. He's the back-to-back 1993-1994 Blockbuster video game champion.
Wow.
Blockbuster video game champion of what? All video games? The of video games?
Yeah, so in the early 90s, they had these, tournaments. They'd fly kids out, and you had to compete in, 12 games. And, the last one was NBA Jam on the Mega Drive or something like that. And he said it was at SeaWorld, and just as the whale jumped out of the tank, he landed his 3-point shot and won.
and the legend grows.
Yeah, so he's like this larger than life character. He's like the best video game streamer because he is a character. He's like the old Howard Stern, Howard Stern used to be, of video games. So he's like totally not PC. He's dressed up with big Oakley sunglasses and a fake mullet on. He's awesome. He wears a tactical vest every time he goes to stream. So yeah, but he got just banned out of the blue from the platform, and they took him down. But he was making bank. He signed an exclusive contract with Twitch, and people are speculating that it's because something with that contract was breached, and they let him go and just banned him. So
I'm glad that you knew so much on this topic. Yeah. I just randomly I heard about this yesterday, and I never knew who this guy was, but this is exactly the kind of stuff that's I don't know. This is why I don't trust YouTube. I just feel like eventually someday they're just gonna pull the plug. They'll find a reason. But yeah, this guy, you can see he's got like a fake a real fake mullet going on, and sweet mustache, sunglasses. It's kind of his shtick, but yeah, just like that, pulled the plug, and he was, I imagine, making some decent money.
Oh yeah, man. He's been doing it for years, and he's won like a couple of years ago. He won Best Streamer at the VGAs. And when Microsoft created Mixer, which was going to be a new streaming platform that they were trying to get people over to, so Mixer bought Ninja, who's the biggest streamer, and Shroud, who's another really big Call of Duty streamer, and they gave him $10 million contracts to exclusively stream with Mixer. They wanted Doc there, but he kind of like leveraged Twitch to get them to keep him at Twitch. So he's had that exclusive contract. And then 2 weeks ago, poof, no one said anything about it. Doc says that he hasn't heard anything about it, which who knows if he has or hasn't. But yeah, that's kind of the up in the air thing in video games. And early on, people were speculating because a bunch of streamers had Me Too incidences, and they're like, "Oh, is this a Me Too thing?" Because if they hear anything about you being involved in any of that stuff, they could just cut you off. Also,
yeah,
he easily looks like he could have been a Me Too culprit and victim.
And victim. He's 6'8".
6 foot.
Wow.
Yeah. He's still in it. There he is without his sunglasses on, right in the like green jacket. Yeah, there he is.
Here.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like Freddie Mercury, actually.
He does, yeah.
Whoa. Absolutely.
Wow, man. You know, like you're committed to the bit with that mustache. I don't know if he just like the whole look together. That's just, it's awesome.
He has a story behind the mustache too. He said he was like in the jungles of Uganda or something, and that's not a mustache. It's like a Ugandan killer caterpillar that wiggled onto his face and is just there now forever. So it's a lot of lore behind the doctor.
Oh, nice. And it's insane to me how many different corners of the internet there are, and like I don't know, it's wild. Like there's these celebrities, e-celebrities I've never heard of all over the place.
Yep.
That huge followings. I mean, I don't know how big he was, but he must be big. Everyone knew about him, it seems, except for me.
Yeah.
Me neither. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what Twitch is.
You know, there are artists that stream on Twitch too. I know they draw on Twitch. I don't know how successful that is. It seems like video games can be popular anywhere, but
Jim Lee streams on Twitch.
Oh, that I've seen his YouTube stuff, but yeah, that originates on Twitch, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If
Is it an app like YouTube?
Yes, yeah, it's a website. It originally started as Justin TV, which was like a live streaming website where you could just, stream yourself cooking, or just back in like the early 2000s, like 2004, live streaming was big, where you're just doing nothing and people are watching you do nothing in your house. And then gaming got really big on that, and then they changed it to Twitch, and it's the biggest video game streaming website out there. And some of these guys, they're making amazing money, but their production value is incredible too. Like Dr. Disrespect, he's in front of a green screen, but he has these graphics that he outsources where like he'll push a button and it'll make him look like he's driving in a Lamborghini, because he's supposed to be like this millionaire, and he's got like a bunch of Lamborghinis. He has his like his 90s Diablo that he rides in. And his video overlays are so pro that that really ups his game.
Wow. He did have a look of a Mario Brothers pit crew guy.
He's got the suspenders, red suspenders going.
Suspenders,
in a lot of these pictures, actually. It's insane. Yeah, and
Probably
that's why
what he started doing.
Yeah, I'm like, I just can't imagine. I don't know, just being dependent on one platform. It's tough. I'm sharing the screen on me not because I'm a handsome man, while I am, but I'm going to show you guys some proofs. I made a video of this.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey now.
proofs, getting these from the printer, they were so fast too to get these around to me. These are the cover proofs, and it's kind of weird. Here's the next one, the Kelsey Shannon cover, which
beautiful.
Someone commented it looks even better in print than it does on, the screen, and I agree. I think it does. It's just looks great. So it's cool to see this. And even with the prints, though, it's not like you would kind of expect like a completed book. I'm gonna change this layout. There we go. Oh, we'll change it a little bit further. There's Vaughn.
Oh,
I'm here to change your layout.
Change the layout.
Here you need someone to change your layout for you. I got that. How's it going, guys?
Very good. Very good. Yeah, I was saying, you think when you're going to get a proof, it's going to be a completed book, like bound and everything.
Yeah.
But it's really just to see the print quality and where the trim lines are going to go and all that kind of stuff. So,
are you guys a physical proof guy or a digital proof guy?
I did digital. I did digital the first time around. They didn't even ask me the second time. I wasn't really expecting a physical proof, but they sent it. So I don't know. I think if you're used to your printer, a digital proof is actually fine. Like, especially if you've done it a few times. The first time around, I think I would have felt better having a physical proof. But I don't know. I had some like holiday constraints. The holidays were coming up and the printer was going to be closing things down. So I was like, okay, we'll just do the digital proof and move forward. It worked out just fine. But I don't know. What's your plan, Vaughn? Physical or digital?
You're talking to me like I have a plan? Okay. We'll do that. Dude, I was asking you so I could figure out what my plan's gonna be. Like, should I go digital? Should I go physical? I gotta say, there's something very psychological going on with that, and it bothers me. If you go physical, they're like, that will be like $200, good sir. Like, toss all gold this way. But then when you're digital, they don't charge you anything. They're like, oh, you want the digital? Okay, you get what you don't pay for, weirdo. Like, getting the digital would come with a lot of like nervousness. Yeah. Like, I'm like, why else would they make it $0 fucking? Like, where?
Unless you have to.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something up with the digital where they're like, oh, you want that, and they like they make you feel weird about it, and then you feel weird about the other one, much money, and you wonder if it's worth it the whole time.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, if I'm sticking with the same printer, I'd probably just do digital, like from here on out, just like knowing, okay, this is their color profile. I understand.
I'll use your printer and then go digital.
You could, you could.
Feel safe. I'll feel safe in those arms. I like your printer.
I've been happy with my printer. They do a good job. It's
Charlie's doing dishes into the factory.
He's getting ice. It sounds
Charlie Scrubbins. Oh yeah, he's getting a manly drink. That sounds like Charlie. He's like our Dean Martin, dude. He's our Dean Martin.
Hey. I said to Sammy the other night as I came into the bar, it's a kick in the head, Sammy. It's a kick in the head. Yeah. Cheers, Rat Pack. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, baby.
Look at this guy.
Speaking of doctor,
got the Iceman.
Oh my God, that's the most metal intro you've ever had, Eric. How's that feel?
Looks like he's
Eric. I am the two-time Hollywood video champion.
Trying to be the doctor.
You look.
God, how are you dealing with being banned from Twitch? Are you dealing with it all right?
We have an exclusive interview here with Dr. Disrespect, two-time Hollywood video champ. Oh my God. Tell us what happened with Twitch.
They can't handle the spice. They can't handle anything. They can't handle any of it. All my sponsors went away. They took away my platform. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I need to go back to Blockbuster. I need to go back to Hollywood Video. I need to make it again. I need to build up from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Build up from the ground up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Could you tell us about your orange overalls? I think that's another topic of discussion.
It's a tactical vest, bro.
Overalls? That's my tactical gear. Overalls. I earned that. That's my uniform. Overalls. I'm not a farmer.
Oh yeah. My
Except
apologies.
the farmer of tears. I farm your tears.
I'm a reaper of souls. Say that, please.
I'm a weaver of dreams.
We're the music makers. We're the dreamers.
Well, with all due respect, Doctor Disrespect, we're very grateful to have you on the stream with your without your tactical vest today, actually. But
It's at the dry cleaner.
yeah. This is the new streaming platform. We'll see how long this lasts until YouTube also kicks you off. But we'll go with it. Why not?
That's why I'm on your channel and not my own.
Do you have the AR? It's always nearby. Locked and loaded.
A Minute Man is always ready.
Got it. The 2-time.
Never know when you're gonna need it. I wish Eric was here because I really want to ask him about his variant cover that I had no idea about.
It looks good, and he's over 50, I think, right?
That's amazing.
I know, man.
Hail Eric Weathers.
We gotta look at that campaign. Actually, let's. I am sharing. I gotta add it to the stream. Sometimes it's just too much to ask.
Doctor, what's his name? Demento?
Dr. Disrespect.
Doctor
Doctor
Disrespect.
Disrespect.
2-time blockbuster video game champion.
Tactical
Two-time
tape does just look like
Hollywood video.
I feel like I need to watch some of his videos because now
Dude, you
I feel like I'm not on
Look
the
up
inside.
compilations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they funny?
He's super funny. There actually one time last year he was playing and someone like drove by his house and shot into the windows and he like stopped and checked and then he came back with all this stuff off and he like said what happened and then he cut the stream. It's crazy.
Wow.
Whether or not it's true, that's good. That's good showmanship.
You could hear the glass breaking on stream.
Yeah, I wonder what lengths would you go to fake your own swatting.
Clint, I'm coming to your house to shoot at you.
Don't do it.
It's not illegal if you tell him, right?
It's true. It's consensual swatting.
Consensual swatting.
I'm glad it wasn't fatal. There's your transition.
Oh my.
Oh, Vaughn, master of the
I'm just here to
transition.
help.
Yeah, I've just posted the link here. This is for the pre-launch page. If you're on the mailing list, that's just as good. So you don't need to double up, but you can, I guess, if you want. If you're not on either or you're suspicious of mailing lists for some reason and you trust Indiegogo more, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. We'll let you know. But this is the pre-launch page.
I'm suspicious of mailing list, Clint.
You never know what you're going to get. But this is a very spam-free mailing list. In fact, I kind of think maybe I ought to send it a few more emails every now and then, but I take the spam-free stuff pretty seriously.
Wait a minute, the Indiegogo is different than your mailing list? You have a lot of different...
I have what I'd love to do is just put them all on the same mailing list, but I don't. What I haven't decided is if that's ethical or not. Like if you sign up for a pre-launch page or if you back a crowdfunder campaign, would taking your email address and putting it in my email list be ethical? I don't know. Chat, you tell me. But
Clint, this is why I teamed up with you and specifically said this is a guy I can definitely work with. A guy with that much, I don't know if I can combine these two mailing lists.
You're very moral.
well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
If it was two of me, it would be two immoral,
I've heard
low-down, deceitful people.
People complain. I don't know. Like
You're the moral compass here, Clint. You're the moral compass in this room.
Maybe the moral compass of the whole thing.
Regardless, we'll get the email out to you. It doesn't whatever modality it comes through. But this is the page. Charlie posted this today on Twitter, and I think it destroyed just everything. This was destroyed because of how beautiful this is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man.
There they are in the. There's Moxie on the top left with the explosion behind her as she turns and says, "Well, I don't know what she says. Clint knows what she says."
I gotta pull up the script.
You guys
One
gotta
of them,
team this. You gotta team this.
one of them though, she's not paying attention, and she's like, "Look at it burn." I thought that was that fun line. It says a lot about her.
So there they are in their opulent,
Huh.
decadent spa scenario where the bureaucrats and the aristocrats are all around. And I got to tell you, as I converted this in black and white, those people down below were much easier to see. And as I colored everybody, they got lost in the colors. It was really hard to try and keep them separate, but not popping up too much, So if you look at the girl in purple underneath her, it's just a cluster of figures. So I hope it's not too confusing.
Hi, everybody.
Keep it.
Dig it.
Oh, turns out Eric Weathers is here now.
I'm here.
What?
What was that? What was this email nonsense you were just asking about?
Email.
We don't know.
Is it you sign up for a pre-launch page, or you sign up, or you back an Indiegogo campaign,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You keep them separate.
if I take your email address and I add it to my regular anything that I'm launching ever on Indiegogo and add you to that email list, is that unethical because you signed up for the one thing and I then included you in the other? Tell us, Eric.
I don't think it is.
You don't think it's illegal, or
Unethical.
Illegal.
what I see it as is you are signing up for that person's stuff.
Yeah,
Career.
Yeah.
You're,
Yeah.
you're in for
And
the
if they
long
want
haul.
to unsubscribe, then unsubscribe.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because
which can be tough.
I may be overthinking it. That's for sure.
and the other thing you could do if you want to is just update all your backers on your previous campaigns. People do that as well.
Yeah. I think
And
that's a good
Do you
idea.
know what I do?
I'll
But
do
I'm-
that
Clint,
regardless.
I'm no lawyer.
dude, I look at them as my fans, and if they don't want to be my fan, that's cool. Like, they can move on, but like, I want to let them know what's up and like show them how much I've grown. Like, see if they want to stay aboard. Like, usually people get excited when you suddenly hear again. And like, hey, like I have something new and it's bigger and better than ever. I mean, look at this art. I mean, when I push this stuff, I feel like I'm just selling drugs to children. It's so good. Like, it's just evil. How good this is. To me, it's like, well,
Vaughn's
you're
last.
doing,
Vaughn's
Charlie.
I don't know how that
occupation.
feels. I don't know how.
Charlie, you're doing the next heavy metal. Like, this is what heavy metal should be.
That's what I was
these
gonna
days.
say.
You know
Yeah,
what I
this
mean?
looks like a modern, revamped heavy metal. It's awesome.
Sauce says this is a really boring question. All
What
right.
his ethical quandary?
But we could spice it
Yeah.
up a little bit. What if you're on one mailing list and you have to cut your right leg off? And if you're on the other mailing list, you have to cut off your friend's right leg. Does that become a more
Solid.
interesting ethical question?
I think it becomes more confusing.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
You just
Definitely more
muddied the water.
confusing.
Yeah.
We come to Clint. We come to Clint for the ethical questions, not to cut people's legs off. You sound like a Civil War doctor now. I'm gonna have to cut
Speak
your
for
leg
yourself.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Bunch of
Eric,
hopping ass guys at the Comicsgate convention. Shit.
we'll
Oh,
talk
no.
later about that rusty hacksaw amputation.
Kids got it too
Chris.
easy today with their anesthesia and their washing of hands and their surgical gloves.
Huh. Yeah.
Back in my day, they would cut your leg off with the other guy's saw,
Ooh.
and then you would die. I died
Aren't I
3
old?
times on the operating
Aren't I
table.
older than
You
you,
don't see me
Eric? You're
continue.
creeping me out. What? I'm like, what day did I come from? An era where we just cut it off with someone else's saw? What are you
Yeah,
talking?
man.
You're creeping me out. Oh my
Civil
god,
War,
you've seen
That's
some
how we
shit.
do it.
I did a report on the medicine of the Civil War, and it was awesome. It was totally 90% just cutting legs off.
Yeah.
It turns out. That's
I don't know
like
how
what
you
they
could
did.
call that
Turned into Monster
medicine.
MD.
Yeah, man, it helped inspire Monster MD for sure. Gory medicine since I was a kid. Yeah, that's inspiration. Thank you, Civil War class. I don't know what to say.
You should be almost Dr. Vonster.
You might
Almost I was almost doctor, man. I worked at that. I was pre-med for a little bit, and I wanted to do art. I was actually literally drawing comics instead of doing my schooling. I still did okay at school, but I was just like, I was
I did
scooping
something
off
like
and
that.
drawing comics the whole time, man. I loved it.
I was a I was a
What?
bio major, and in one of the first classes in Rutgers bio major, I just thought, we'll be petting, and petting gophers and hugging trees. And then the first class, they said, "How many of you are pre-med?" In the auditorium of 300 people,
Senior
and like 200,
DMs.
250 of them raised their hands for being pre-med. And I thought, I'm in the wrong room. Holy Christ! And then all of the biology was phospholipid bilayers and hydrophilic and hydrophobic. And I thought, can I just draw muscles? And it didn't last very long. How far did you go, Vaughn?
Yeah. Not too far, man. I was on my way to becoming a forensic pathologist. Like I wanted to bust.
Clint, minimize your
bust-
screen, they're
bust
saying.
creeps.
Minimize.
Minimize.
Yeah, sorry. I just realized I shared all my DMs.
Dude,
Uh,
that's
on.
like, yeah.
I suck at this. I sent Peter a link.
Okay, I guess we have a
Oh,
new
we saw,
ethical
brother.
question, everyone.
That's funny. It's just hard doing. I'm multitasking,
Oh,
but
you're so funny.
everyone saw it. Peter gave me information about Sticker Mule. it's all
You
good.
guys saw it. You saw
Nothing.
the behind the scenes dealings, man.
Yeah,
We got mules working for
I
Comicsgate.
was like,
man.
what was that company?
Sticker mules.
So
Busted, Clint.
Peter got invited to the stream if he's interested too. Wow.
Oh no.
I love that guy.
I mean,
Good
sweet.
job.
Peter and Doctor Disrespect have a lot in common.
Here we go. Leave it up to Clint where I docs. To docs where I get my stickers. Sticker Mule. Everyone. They're not the sponsors of this
Now
stream.
everybody knows.
Oh no! Now we're gonna have to go to Sticker Mule tomorrow, guys. When we wake up, we're gonna have to say, "Are you sure you want to be associated with a guy who's associated with a guy who's associated with a guy?" They're so stupid.
Hey, we're already
They're
there.
so stupid.
We're already there.
We're all associated now at this point.
Speaking of
I know, man.
association,
I'm pre-canceled, and ever since I realized that and accepted it, I feel free. I
Now
feel
you're
free.
free.
I feel comfy. I'm loving
Yo,
life.
Vaughn, you got to watch
Like
out
it.
for that.
I'm,
that
I'm always
pre-cancel, man.
canceled.
That pre-cancel could
Why?
get you pregnant.
Can't cancel. Pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, enough about that. Let's talk about Battle Brick Road.
What?
Yeah,
what a-
that's Eric's segue is always jarring AF.
That was.
I feel violated.
I still might have a little bit of it.
I need
It's
a
the
shower.
Hollywood Video Championship bleeding through me.
Yeah.
Sorry, it feels
we were
like.
gonna we were
I
gonna
like
talk,
it. I like it.
we were gonna talk about the lost pages too, and then we started talking ethics, and then this
I'm
went,
not paying attention.
That's why I hate ethics. This is why I hate
this went somewhere
Talk
else.
about Lost Pages.
My least favorite class.
Here, we'll talk about lost pages, and then
Do
we'll
that.
talk
You unlocked lost pages, right?
What's up?
about unlocked the lost pages
Oh.
from comics.
Oh,
This is a
beautiful.
No, wait, now hold
Get
on.
closer to
Is this,
see.
does this have the story have anything to do with Magic Cop, or is this a different story altogether?
So this is a different universe. We might be building a multiverse. So maybe we'll see some characters that jump universes, but this is a totally, separate. It's in more of a R type of world, right? Where Magic Cop is based in this ultimately every day is the 1980s mixed with magic. So this is more of a realistic world, but with heroes and stuff.
Nice.
Very
Well, really
cool.
cool.
Why is it?
Yeah.
Can I ask why is it Zaid Comics? Is that
So
are you
Yeah.
Zaid?
my last name is Diaz, and Diaz spelled backwards is Zaid. So yeah, my brother I started the
Well
company.
played, Zaid.
Thanks.
Oh,
You need to
the
stop
Diaz
telling
brothers.
the answer to that and just be like, you have to figure it out, man.
But then
you
everyone's
need
gonna
to
be like,
change.
everyone's like, Mark Zaid, isn't that the guy that represented
The
Mark
lawyer
Zaid?
that sucks ass. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I get.
I gotta get
totally
that out
that.
there. I gotta get it out
You
Sure.
don't
there.
want to be
Lawyer
too
was-
associated
Forgot
with
about
that guy. That guy's like a
Totally
national
forgot
douche.
about that.
Mhm.
That guy's nationally douchey. It's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
amazing.
I love
See him
I
on
love
national
that
TV being a dickhead.
at one
It's
point
funny.
wasn't it Trump himself was making fun
Yes.
of Mark Zaid?
Yes.
Yeah.
The funniest turn of events.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no association.
That's a nice zoom. Those are cool pages, man.
Oh,
I love
thank
those.
Yeah, the cool thing about this is it's different stories of these different heroes that all live in one world. So, like if you're a fan of Sin City, where it's kind of vignettes happening in the same city, this is similar to that, but they're different superheroes from different genres, and we actually got different artists to draw each character's story, so you feel the difference between them and kind of the eclecticness of the themes in here. That first one's like our noir supernatural vigilante. This one is our more like horror mythology adventure. As you can see, super detailed by Joe Ball. If you guys like 90s comics, that next one is Crimstone. It's totally bombastic, ultra violent, monster-esque, like Lobo mixed with the Max. Kind of like turned on its head. There's a mental aspect to it. So the monster is actually the imaginary friend, the childhood imaginary friend of this lady. And now they're both grown up and he's back into her life and he's this ripped, jacked, bombastic badass. So
are you an artist in any of this? Are you one of the artists?
I'm just the writer. Yeah, I'm the writer. I'm kind of like, band managing everyone.
You just said it. I'm just a writer.
Yeah, I'm just the writer. Actually, I'm also the letterer too.
Oh,
that's
the writer and letterer.
Yeah, man, lettering's a cool art too. So, like, what was it like managing all these teams? Was it all at the same time, or just all over a long period of time that you were able to put this together? Because it's very impressive to do something like that, I would think.
Thanks. Yeah. So some of the stories we actually started while we were working on Magic Hop, and even before. So I have something I'm offering in this campaign. It's called our bonus comic. It's a supplemental book filled with 4-page short stories for each of the heroes. And I wrote them to kind of get the voices of the characters and feel them out. So I'd know who they are before I presented them to the audience. So in that bonus comic, there's the 4-page stories. And that one we just passed, which is the wild card one with Anubis in the background, that was the actual first story that I ever worked on with an artist. And we did that before Magic Hop. So that's going to be part of the bonus comic.
Oh, that's cool.
To answer your questions, like everything's in like different stages. So there's that story, which is just getting colored now, which is I'm so excited to see because that's like my first thing. And then up until now, where tomorrow I'm going over the pencils for the Crimstone story with my artist Maria. And so, but everything's coming together. It is kind of like managing like a band manager, all these different personalities and trying to motivate them and keep them happy and stuff, which is
it's hard to do with even like one artist,
right?
Dude.
Right.
Tough, but like you guys,
I've thought about wading into that territory someday.
Yeah.
What's Magic Hop? What's Magic Hop?
So Magic Hop was our first graphic novel. My brother did the art. I wrote it, and it's basically Miami Vice mixed with monsters and magic. So it's that high vis 80s lifestyle following a cop who is a wizard, and he comes from a long line of wizards, and he has to work with his werewolf partner to track down the murderer of a mermaid prostitute. So that went well. We're sold out of that. Thanks, man. But this is our new thing.
How much does she charge for a fin job, dude?
Oh my god.
Top? Is she mermaid top or bottom? Is the mermaid part the top or the bottom?
It's
my god.
That's right.
Not reverse mermaid.
She's a reverse mermaid.
I'm not paying for the fish ends, dude. That's weird.
Comic artists are the worst.
That is the lost pages on Indiegogo right now. I'm going to copy this and paste it again. See, I've thought like it could be fun to do like a Comicsgate anthology or something,
Yeah.
But that sure would be a pain in the butt.
Oh,
just manage the whole thing would be quite a bit of work.
Well,
did you and your brother kind of split duties on this a bit? Because there's so much.
I mean, he's doing some art for it as well in the bonus comic, but me, it's kind of like me spearheading this one because I've been working with these characters for so long, and the book's growing even still. The stretch goals that we set into place, we're unlocking new stories for that bonus comic. So if we hit 20K, the next one, the interiors is going to be done by Kyung Lee, and the trading card is going to be
Oh.
drawn by Odie from Xenotype. So we're still
Oh, nice.
expanding. Yeah.
That is sweet, man. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I like the I like your noir guy, man.
Yeah, the
Like,
Civil
how
War.
much more noir can it get? There's like none more black. There's none more black than it. Like all the shady heroes are put to shame. Like, he's just like, I outshade you. Like, he's the knight, dude. He's like,
Yeah.
he's as black as it gets. There's none more black. Anyway, that's what I think is cool about him.
Hey, share that screen with audio and hit the video.
All right. Well,
Yo,
now
55?
now you're gonna make it hard on me.
55.
I
55.
can't drive 55, but I can get a campaign there
Hail, brother.
What
with the
gift?
help of
What
you know,
gift?
an industry legend. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
Watch this video.
I got to ask about that. So here
Yeah.
we'll maximize this too.
Welcome.
No.
Tell me, how again did you find your way here? No need to worry. You are safe here. There are wonders here, never seen before. You thought you could escape me?
That's so cool.
Thea Gale has grown up in a world brought to its knees by drought and monstrous dust storms. Now, a message from her long-lost father will set her on a path through an exotic land. Along with her trusty sidekick Toto, she must befriend a ragtag group of outcasts to endure the many challenges along the way. Battlebrick Road Operation Zephyr is a 52-page graphic novel and the first volume in a 4-part series. From artificial intelligence to genetic manipulation, Battlebrick Road brings an original and multi-layered story to the familiar backdrop of Oz. Back it today and bring to life this apocalyptically fresh take on the classic American fairy tale.
Sexy.
Only on Indiegogo.
Wow. Who did that for you?
Ascension Cinema.
Did you? Oh, Ascension. I was gonna say I didn't want to insult you if you did it yourself, but I just assumed.
If I had enough time, I could, because I know how to do all that stuff, but I can't do it in like a regular. That would like be like 3 or 4 days.
That's like intense.
Yeah.
You even had like her shooting the gun and the slide is moving.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was really slick.
Yeah,
Wait,
those guys are amazing.
That was fantastic,
Dude,
but I still have one giant complaint. Right on the stream with us is a voiceover superstar waiting to happen, and you didn't tap him to voice it over.
I didn't know this
Who are
video was
you
being made.
asking of?
This video was put together and given to me. There will be a time when Vaughn gets to voice a
Dude,
Battlebrick Road video.
Ascension Cinema is badass because they're doing. I don't know if it's a they or just a he or whatever, but like they're doing, like they'll suddenly make you something and hit you up with it for free and like getting their name out there. And I think they're going to be a really valuable resource for a lot of campaigns,
It's
man.
like doing
because they're
fan art.
amazing.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the way
it's
that
cool.
they're self-promoting, they're great.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
awesome.
stylish, and they get what you're going for. I've seen them do it for multiple people. They did one, I think, for Lady Alchemy, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's her that's her brand right there."
That's
What you guys
epic.
did, they're
was
good at
gonna-
it.
I was gonna say play my trailer, but now
No, don't do it now.
Yeah, now I'm like, okay, we gotta. This is another thing on my. It's been on my list, but sort of on the back burner. But I really need to start talking to people and like, why not have an epic trailer and just
yeah,
have
promo trailers. Yeah,
somebody that
Yeah.
knows how to do it. because I could not do that.
Except my rule for epic trailers is no more of those like, what is it? Like those wah like in trailers anymore. Like I don't want that.
Well,
I'm
Vaughn,
tired of getting the shit scared out of me every time I watch a trailer in the theater.
I know exactly.
Like, just because it's
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, you know, wow, like
sound
I get it,
effects.
dude. Yeah,
Vaughn, I got the guy
every
that
trailer.
the guy that did the Monster MD theme song did the Lost Pages theme song as well for my trailer. Vosto.
Oh, sweet Vosto.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
awesome.
one of my favorites, dude. Yeah,
great guy.
Cool, man.
yeah, he's amazing.
Let's
More people need to hit up Vosto for music. Like he
sure.
will rock your campaign. For sure.
it gets overlooked. I don't know. I overlook it a lot because there's like you're so focused on the artwork and the pitch, and I just feel like these other things. And then the video though is, I mean, it helps sell your book. You know, there could be people that aren't sure, then they watch that and then they're like, I'm in. That sounded epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just posted a link for Battle Brick Road. So this is the question though. I have all of a sudden I wake up or I left town for a little while. I come back and there's this thing. This is gorgeous. Eric, what happened?
This is so cool,
All right.
man.
I'll say what happened. I was on the stream. Okay. Ethan let it slip that Kenneth Rocafort was going to come out as Comicsgate, and it blew my mind. I have been a fan of his work for years. He's a big influence on the artistic style of Battle Brick Road. It was a dream come true when I heard those words. And a couple of nights ago, he had an epic. I mean, it was an 7.5 hour stream, and he you could tell he was like messaging somebody off camera or off stream, and he's like, "Is it all right if I can say it now, or do you want to come on?" Like he was saying stuff like that. And earlier in the stream, I recognized this name that joined the channel, and I did this as the, I recognize you. You touch your nose. I know what you're saying. It was Mitographia was the name, and I was like, it's happening. It's real. He joined the channel. Ethan's talking to him, and then he didn't have a camera or something. He couldn't get on the stream properly, but Ethan announced it on that stream, and I was pumped. And so he followed me very soon after that, and so I DM'd him and I said, I very politely fanboyed and said, "Hey, I'm glad you're in Comicsgate. I appreciate you. I'm a big fan. I'm glad you're one of the good guys." And we talked back and forth, and he's like, "I really love he was like, your Scarecrow is awesome, and your concept is fire." And we talked a little bit. I was like, and he mentioned that he was still working on some DC books, and I was like, "Are you still exclusive? Because I need a trading card artist, and I think it would be perfect." And he was like, he basically accepted it without saying, "I'll do the job," until later, because he was asking like, "Hey, do you have any photos, or like what's the sniper rifle look like?" Stuff like that. I sent him one photo of the sniper rifle. That's all I sent him. And then he was like, "Oh yes, by the way, it's a yes, I'll do it." And so he sent me a work in progress photo, and all I saw was the Scarecrow. And then Sunday morning, he drops this. Sunday mornings are good to me. I get a Scarecrow sculpt on a Sunday morning. I get this. He drops this on me. There's Scarecrow. There's Tin Man. There's a dead thing. And I sent a message back. I was like, I'm floored. This is amazing. I said, I'm going to show this off. There's probably going to be a demand for this to be a cover, if that's okay. And he was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So it was originally, he was just going to do the trading card, but he just killed it. Absolutely destroyed this.
Yeah, man.
He made it. There was no, "Oh, you know what? Could you just fix X, what?" Nothing. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It is 100% perfect.
The style fits so well too. Like, is this pencils? Did he use the same process, pencils with colors?
Somewhat. He inks very thinly with like Ethan, but he doesn't go in with all that super detail. So it's like a mixture of pencils and inks on the original. And there's also gray tones that he threw on. I think, let me find that.
Did he color it as well?
Yeah, he colored it as well. I'll find those and share them real quick.
So cool, man.
I need to actually save it in my hard drive.
I love this.
I want to make a point here, though, Eric. Remember the conversation we had where you were like, "I don't know if I should post this sketch I have of the Scarecrow or not." And I was like, you ass, like post it now.
Yeah, I
I
remember
was
that.
mad. Yeah. So like, I'm so glad you posted it because that has sprung so many people's imaginations to life,
cool
mine
character,
included,
man.
a lot of people. And like, because it's such a great drawing and it has this great energy. And now I'm seeing it carried over into this. This has such good energy, and it's such a it's just such a fun drawing. You could tell like maybe him kind of coming out, if you will, as Comicsgate is
Yeah.
like, I think he's feeling good. Look at this.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
his
This
first.
is a beautiful piece.
This
man.
is Kenneth Roquefort's first Comicsgate project, and it's on Battle Brick Road.
It's amazing, dude. That's an
So cool.
honor and a half.
It
You must be
absolutely
flying.
is.
He's such a cool guy. I met him 2 years ago at I think C2E2 over here, and we were just talking about Lobo. He's a huge Simon Bisley fan,
Yeah.
and he actually did
Love Simon.
the design for the New 52 really shitty Lobo, like the skinny vampire one.
Mhm.
And he's like, I hated that that's the one they chose because I did like, he said did like 20 different, iterations of a new design for Lobo, and they didn't want any of them, and they chose the one that I hated the most. And he's like, I went up to Simon Bisley and apologized to him.
Oh man.
So he's a cool guy.
I didn't mean to make Lobo retro or Metro. Metro. Oh, that's too bad.
Man, that's
I mean,
so
they were like, the trend that has kicked in our society is like, if you market it to girls, they'll show up too. We promise. Like,
Yeah.
and they don't for the most part. You have to do something that's a little more. You can't just mix the guy stuff with the girl stuff and just hope that everybody likes it. Like, you have to, make something more for ladies, and they'll like it. But
and women
Lobo.
that
It's
like
Lobo, dude.
comics, they like them for what they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
not like, oh, I would like it if it was just more like this. If they like them, they like them. Like you're doing something right. You don't need to. I don't understand that thought process. But yeah, and you make graphic novels, whatever. Target your market. That's fine. But I don't understand why change things from what people already are liking and enjoying. I'm shifting gears here a little bit. This was posted on Bleeding Fool, and it was kind of an eye opener to me because I think about sales numbers and stuff a little bit, but when you're comparing them to mainstream comics, it's like it puts it into perspective. So they put the top 10 grossing comic books of the past decade. This past 10 years,
Yeah.
they took number 2 issue, not number 1, number 2. So Cyberfrog number 2, and it is second only to Secret Wars number 2 in gross sales. That's insane.
That is nuts, dude.
So when did it say when Secret Wars came out? May?
This is crazy. So
This is history. This
Yep.
is history. This
Yeah.
is freaking history
Movie number
that they
one,
can't
too.
erase. They can't make it go away. They'll be like, they're going to be really mad about this for a really long time.
They're gonna hate 2020.
that's the
I
thing.
love it.
There's something about climbing to new heights that's super satisfying, especially with crowdfunding. That's what crowdfunding is like perfect for. In that, okay, well, what's the next goal? And I started thinking, well, what is the next goal for Cyberfrog? Because if he beats every other crowdfunding campaign, what else is there? But you just gotta start looking at other things. Secret Wars number 2. I mean, he could probably go to like, I don't know, number 1 issues, expand the number of decades. There's all sorts of things you could do, but it is really fun to have a goal to sort of shoot for. And even these books like Battle Brick Road, if you look in IndieCron on any given month, like at graphic novels, you're probably outselling most graphic novels. Like I've looked at it before.
Think so?
I think many graphic novels, yes, you're going to be outselling. They sell very few. Even when it comes down to numbers of sales, sometimes they sell very few. I'd have to look it up to be certain to compare, but I did do it in the past. I know I've made a video about it in the past about my own book. So, and I've never made any $50,000. So not yet. So yeah,
You will.
that's
You'll get there, brother.
crazy.
Hey, can you share my screen real quick? I'll show you the artwork as it was a work in progress.
Oh my god, that looks so cool.
So he did actually ink it, but I wanted to point something out that only nerds would care about, or really only I care about, is we use the same pencils, and that warmed my heart.
Aw.
Yeah,
Gave you an art boner.
it did. It did, and that brush looks similar too. So it's
I love it when that
and
happens.
notice what he did. Notice how sneaky he was. Because I saw this down here, and I thought, oh, maybe that's just some sort of tech in the background.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's Scarecrow, Thug Life.
It's Tin Man.
It's Scarecrow, and he hit it on purpose.
So
He
cool.
threw that.
man.
He threw in a little extra cheddar, extra little spice.
Wow, that was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, man.
Does so the original exists somewhere? Does he have the original? I
I've already
imagine
asked.
you
Oh my
want that.
god.
Yeah.
I've already asked if he would sell it to me, and he said he's going to hang on to it. He actually said he was going to put it on auction as a joke to give me a heart attack.
Yeah,
But he said he's going to hang on to it. So,
to hang on to it.
yeah,
That's fair, man. That's cool.
yeah, man.
Wow.
Still, I got
What?
this. So
What an honor. That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's freaking
I
so
mean,
amazing.
I need to make a new Thug Life,
Smart.
55K.
Just that's just that oh god, dude, I can't believe this is Comicsgate right now. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
I mean, Eric, that's such a cool feeling, Eric. Like on my campaign, the cover's done by Simon Bisley, and
Yeah.
I'm like the biggest freaking Simon Bisley fan. So a similar thing happened where I got to see the pencils, and I was mind blown. And then when he inked it and stuff like that, so I totally know how you're feeling, man. It's just so cool.
I've been flying since Sunday.
Yeah.
I really have.
Is
Yeah.
is Wizard of Oz? What's the word? Public domain. Public.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original story is public domain. Obviously,
That's-
the MGM
yeah.
movie is not. They own that copyright. So anything from that movie,
So
you can't make a copy of that movie.
from the movie. So do you have any concern if something starts to look similar to the movie? Not that that does.
I've been so actively trying to make everything not look like Wizard of Oz. I don't think I'm going to have any trouble.
Yeah.
But the book is from. When's the book from?
early 1900.
I think 1900.
Yeah.
So is it about 100 years? Is that the copyright thing?
Is
No, it
set-
fell into the public domain a long time ago.
It fell in the
Okay.
50s, I think.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland, Robin Hood, Snow White, all of these are public domain. There are original forms of them. All the monsters, Dracula, Frankenstein, where all of that stuff is public domain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, this book, part of the selling point is that it's this badass, dark military sci-fi take on the Wizard of Oz. But we're also like actively we're pulling from both sides. We're like we want that Oz influence because it's a neat twist on the idea, but we're also trying to distance ourselves from anything that makes it look like a Wizard of Oz when you look at it. So it's not obvious. So it's not like a green and yellow big Oz logo and anything like that makes it blatantly Wizard of Oz. But you can look at the cover and see a Scarecrow and a Tin Man and maybe make the connection.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
know,
supposed to remind you of Oz and not make you think that you're just reading a Wizard of Oz ripoff or whatever.
right. If I'm remembering correctly from my comm law class a long time ago, I think like if the stuff that you're doing to it and adding to it, you still have copyright over. So like if you're this is your own take on the Wizard of Oz, and so the components that are yours and unique, they're still yours.
Yeah.
Even though it's based on public domain, which is like it goes two ways. The same reason, you can't use anything from the films,
Right.
or any films prior. It's the same thing. Like all the unique stuff and your twist on it it's still your property.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't have a lollipop guild, but I could have I could reference it because people would understand it. Have a couple of resistance fighters that are just sucking on suckers, and people are like, I get it, lollipop guild.
Yeah.
So it's little nods like that. Like I don't even want to put phrases in there like, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Like I don't want to do that because it'll take you out of the story because you'll think of what's her name?
Oz?
Dorothy Gale. You'll think of
Minnelli.
that actor saying that. You'll think of the black and white movie. And I just want you to be. We're very purposely trying to make this where you're in the book, and then the story has sucked you in, and that's all you care about. Or from page 1 to page, by the end of it, 200. That this story will grab you by the balls and carry you through the whole way, and you will want to do it all over again. That is
As long
the
as it's
Wizard
not,
of Oz doing
man.
itself.
as long as it's not
Sounds-
Liza Minnelli.
Sounds
Grabbing me by the balls.
painful.
Yeah.
No, but in a caress. Gently.
Oh, okay.
Judy Garland, thank
Deep-
you, sci-fi for
Deep
me.
ball caress.
Vaseline
But here's
fan.
the-
I'm not sure.
Dude, I think this you should be proud of yourself too, Eric, because you've done a hell of a job on the campaign. But your scarecrow drawing is what inspired him to draw this. Like that's why he even picked the angle he did of it.
Yeah.
Like you nailed you, and then that inspired his creativity, and he did all this other cool stuff because he's amazing. But I mean, that's a hell of a thing, and I just want to know more about the scarecrow now. He's my favorite. I don't care anymore. Everyone else can piss off. Like, what's his deal, man? Like, cause like his design is so much cooler. Like, it fits the whole military thing really well. Like snipery kind of mysterious guy. Like, it's cool. It's a cool archetype character.
While we're arguing for fandom, I mean, we weren't arguing, but now we will be.
Okay, let's argue.
I feel like the Tin Man deserves some due because I think that character design is really cool.
It's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Like him.
on this
So I was excited to see his take on it, but then I was like, man, Tin Man's not in this book. He's not in this first book. So Zeb and I are like, his face is in the book a lot. You'll understand why. But
I know why.
I think I know why.
His face is in the book, but him specifically isn't. Him and Lion show up in book 2. So, and that's going to be, God damn it, these scripts are amazing. I cannot wait for this book. Seriously, guys, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for this book.
Sucker Collective.
This is all I want to do for the rest of my
I
life.
love that idea.
Dude, it's happening, man. I'm so happy for you that
That's cool.
you are where you're at, man. It's so cool.
I can't wait. You're going to see
The,
just some amazing stuff.
the crazy thing. So I'm thinking, like right now, there are 98 people watching according to StreamYards, and of those 98 people, I wonder how many of them are just amazing artists, writers, colorists, like whomever, that are kind of just afraid
In the shadows.
to be known, yeah, or associate or whatever. I had somebody ask me not too long ago, like, "Hey, what kind of negative effects did you have from, going on Ethan's stream, being public?" I'm like, I'm nobody. It didn't really matter. You know what I mean? It didn't matter. Nobody cares.
No, I didn't have any blowback at all.
I got a little.
Notice here we got 55,420. Thug Life.
Oh, whoa.
Look at that.
You know.
That's
Pizza
specifically here
Comics
for Dan Frega.
Yeah.
I haven't had any
crap comes-
trouble with that, any blowback or anything like that.
It comes later. I thought
He got
It's
me
just
real
like,
good.
I've had some.
Okay, I take that back.
That was
I got
one,
ghosted.
but two episodes. 2 episodes.
Yeah.
where he got me good. He talked real tough to me.
my mom, here's a story. My mom was trying to find, she's like, I heard you, I wanted to look up your channel and see what you do. And she watches it sometimes and she has no idea what we're talking about. But I so appreciate my mom all the same. But she got on and she was searching. Yeah, she's searching Sweetcast and she found Comic Book Hut videos. And she's like, there's this guy that's making all these videos saying that like you used to be in a band and somehow that's like nefarious or something. I was like, I'm telling you, Mom, I have no idea why that was a bad thing, but he sure found a way to spin it. Anyway, but
I got a
stuff like that.
I have a
So Comic
story.
Book Hut worried your mom. Like he worried your mom. That's not cool.
No, she's just like,
It's not nice.
I don't
It's not
understand why this guy's so why is he so upset? I don't know either.
Dude, no one had ever made a hate video on me before, so like it was kind of cool. So I
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, mom, check this out." I was
I
like,
know.
"This guy hates me," and she was like, "Why? You're great," because that's what moms do every time.
Great
You're
mom. right there.
perfect. So, but yeah, dude, I don't know. I thought it was kind of a badge of honor. I was like, okay, someone actually noticed. I made a little impact. I don't know.
Notice me, senpai.
Kind of on the
Notice
bottom.
I got some. I got backlash, but it was kind of a little bit of a bummer. So I had
Oh,
this local. Well, he's like a Chicago comics creator, which Chicago comics creators like they don't support me at all, which is whatever. But this one bought Magic Cop,
SJWs.
and yeah, well, now that I know, but so this guy bought Magic Cop. He really liked it and did a live stream on Facebook to his fans, being like, "Hey, I just got this from the Diaz brothers. I really liked it. I'm really excited for the sequel." I'm like, "Cool." So I sent him a message. Thanks for doing that. That was awesome of you. Check out the next one I'm doing, and we had just launched the Lost Pages. I'm like, we're launching this really soon. Check out. Let me know what you think, because I'd love for you to read this one too. He's like, "Cool." And then he's like, "Can I ask you a question? Why do you align yourself with Comicsgate?" And I'm like,
Oh,
here we go. But I sucked it up. I'm like, oh, it's awesome support, network that I have a bunch of fans because of it now. Everybody wants to make these kick-ass comics, and they just help each other. They platform each other, and I made a ton of new friends, and now I have these artist buddies that want to work with me. And he's like, "Yeah, but they're a hate group, and they threatened my family, and they contacted a publishing house that had my book dropped from there." And I'm like, "That's insane. I don't know any CGers that do that." And
That's not Comicsgate.
yeah, that's not the people I'm hanging out with.
That's
because
probably his
they're
own.
awesome.
That's probably his own crew, man.
Was he
It probably was.
dealing with
We
Mark
don't-
Waid or?
I have no idea.
His Comicsgate.
But I'm like, yeah, Mark Waid does that stuff. But
That is
I'm
ridiculous.
like, that's horrible, but that's not what I'm dealing with here. These are awesome people. And
But
he's
the
like,
way I
"Well,
see it,
yeah,
the way I see it, as many people here know, I am a Christian man. I'm not going to renounce my faith because of the Westboro Baptist Church exists.
that's what I told my brother." I'm like,
Yeah.
that's, I don't know if this guy's religious or whatever, but is this, the same analogy there? And so, long story short, the guy told me, he's like, "Well, I can't support any more of your books, and I can't have my publishing group do that either." And I'm like, "Sorry, dude."
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, that Chicago is an SJW fucking hornet's nest. That place is fucked up.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
lived
yeah.
there for 10 years. 10 years, like trying to date feminists.
Oh no, no!
What?
Accidentally.
Like everyone wonders, like, Vaughn, why are you so angry? And I'm like,
Yeah.
it was 10 years of feminists.
Just stay single.
It'll make anyone crazy. My voice used to be high and light, and now listen to me. No, seriously, like I had one take me to court one time. It was great.
Over what?
Yeah.
And then she
And
she
you say
threw
you're
threw the
pre-canceled?
whole thing out. Dude, I'm pre-canceled, but
I
like
think if you've gone to court, you're already been canceled.
You're already
You're posted.
canceled, brother.
cancel. Oh, okay, sure, man. I was canceled before I was pre-canceled, you guys, by a chick named Felicia. Okay, and as they threw out everything because she was lying or whatever, and they were just like, "You can go." And I actually got to say bye, Felicia, like while walking out of a courtroom.
I remember that
Really cool.
story. Yeah, so
Man.
Chicago's never liked or
like
retweeted or congratulated me, but it's whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
Now I got a Simon business.
They're-
too, so.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I've had
You don't need them. They suck.
first off, it's normal people. Like I talk to normal people and I explain. Like I just had my brother over who's from out of state, and so he came and visited, and we had dinner and stuff. And I was explaining some of the comics. I've got all these books of comic books in my room and everything. And so I was explaining. So how you watch TV and you see like this weird agenda just popping up, and they lecture you. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I hate that." I was like, in comics, believe it or not, it's worse. it's like the predecessor of all that stuff, and it's going to get worse in television. I'm sure of it. And so I explain it anyway. But like normal people, I think, oh yeah, that stuff's obnoxious. Like I get it. There's just a lot of like-minded people out there that they want entertainment that's not there to preach them. You know, it's like everyone saw the Denny O'Neil, what was a Green Arrow, Green Lantern story, and now everyone aspires to doing that same exact story over and over and over again, where they want to make some big social message. You know,
there's a really important thing that people always missed about Robin Hood was Green Arrow. Green Arrow is Robin Hood, right? Robin Hood, they try to claim him for the left, right? Because he took from the rich and gave it to the poor. But Robin Hood did a really specific thing. He took back taxes. He took taxes back from people who were overtaxed. So there were regular people wandering around in their little feudal village, and then the tax collectors came and took all the taxes, and then Robin Hood went and took the taxes back. That's not a left-wing thing.
It's like a libertarian. He's like reading Ayn Rand in the woods. You know?
Yeah. Right.
I just want to say real quick that something that keeps me up at night a little bit is how the art historians are going to cover all the shit that's going on in our arts right now. Because if they're honest about it, they're going to be like, it was an age of propaganda. But if they're not honest about it, they're going to be like, a lot of fabulous voices like Mags Masajiwa showed up, and they had great best comic ever. Like, I don't want them to lie, but I'm afraid they're going to, because everyone's so far left and they've kind of dominated the education realm and the, you know, it's
kind of.
People like me are going to have to, when I get older, I'll become like try to be more of an art historian, start writing articles to preserve the work we're doing, because these are the cool new voices in art right here as comics.
I want to see you in a tweed jacket with the elbow pads and a pipe while you're writing these articles.
The professor.
You see, The Lost Pages was a new step in the genre of anthology. Quite. Cricket. Crumpet. It's grumpet.
You know, this is why though, like Vaughn, I asked you to write that introduction or forward in Downcast. I want to start doing more of that stuff where there's documented, like this is a screenshot and a perspective from that point in time. That's because I read it in comics all the time. Like I'll see. I've been loving this Hellboy library editions because they have articles like that in it.
Oh, good, man! I have a bunch of them. Yeah,
they're so good. I've got 5 of them now, and but yeah, I was just thinking, this is what I want is more perspective that that is not getting published, you know, and it's not part of the story. You know, you can be a little bit political and just you're stating an opinion or whatever. It's not like built into the story, but it is
point of
like
view.
This is the perspective that we're going to publish, you know. So I appreciate you doing that, Vaughn. That was awesome.
Clint,
thanks, man. Anytime.
Those Hellboy library editions, that's actually kind of what inspired the Lost Pages, because there's a couple of those books that are just short story books that he does, and reading Mignola's work on that and how the Hellboy stories could be read as self-contained one-shots, but there's an overarching plot to it. That's very much how the Lost Pages is. And I took a lot of inspiration from that. I love Hellboy. Yeah.
And really cool cover. It's cool to see the inks too, and then you move to the color.
Man.
The process.
So cool.
There's nothing like, I'm never gonna get sick of getting like new art in, or a new variant cover, or like the books themselves. They're just, it's like Christmas every single time I see something.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I have a Christmas treat here. Let me first of all share my screen, and then when you're, it relates to the treats. It relates to the new art. See, new art. We got
new art.
It's
just
colored.
needs a little bit of tugging and pulling here. This is a low res screen grab that Farah sent me, but this is page 1 colored. I also got some books today. One of the perks of the job is I get some comps, but I got the Sideshow 66 Gallery Edition hardcover. This thing looks amazing.
Matt
It's
Weldon.
I don't know if that's going to come through because I have my filter on it that stops those sounds. But it's hardcover and it's like 13 by something. It's huge.
Wow.
It's like
That's
magazines.
cool.
Oh, yours is really big.
Bigger, I think. Yeah. Bigger
I
than
bet
that.
I got the regular version. Now I'm
There's
jealous.
the regular version size next to it.
Wow.
Yeah, so cool.
This I did the print file on this, and it was a lot of fun to work on because there were some challenges on trying to figure out like how's it going to work. So, like the artwork, the cover artwork wasn't the right dimensions for the size of book we were printing, so I had to put it in this border around it and make it look kind of fancy. And I think it worked with the style of the book.
It looks
And there's
really
no
good.
dialogue or
It's
anything.
good.
It's just almost full size Matt Weldon pages.
That
I mean,
is
it's beautiful.
hardcover. Wow.
That's rad. That's rad.
So cool.
And the other cool thing is if you back this, this was printed by 3D Zach at his printer. He bought the big printer, little
Holy
Mickey style or whatever you call it, and it looks great. The pages feel right. The blacks have that almost, they're like sitting on the page. They sort of have that
You can-
almost embossed feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think
That book is beautiful.
it's a beautiful book. Beautiful
I
book. I think
Love Matt.
if I were
Weldon.
to give a critique, I'd say it may be a little dark and a little too saturated, but that's not anything that he couldn't adjust. And it may be that when I was lettering it, it was just my screen is not good, and I'm not a colorist, so that's okay. But
Yeah.
it feels
Great.
like a quality print. So
Is
if you
that
guys-
Fowler talking in the chat?
Yeah.
That's Matt Fowler.
the
Yeah.
Writer.
Oh, there you
Can
go,
you
Matt.
invite him in? Can
He
you
wrote
invite
it?
him in? Can he
Yeah.
come
Let me,
in?
let me send you a link, Matt, and we'll see. Yeah, I want to ask
That
about
dude
that,
is a
that hardcover.
that dude is a font of knowledge. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the book looks
Yeah,
great.
I don't know if I'm using
Yeah,
that
he was
word
saying in the
right.
chat that every time he gets
Because I am not a font of knowledge.
No,
No,
this is
Fowler
loved
was
it.
saying he gets a
Feel-
dopamine hit every time he gets new art.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
opening Twitter, but I'm not gonna share my DMs.
You're not share your DMs.
I don't-
Yeah, is it Fowler? He wrote it, right?
He wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done. Here, I can't.
Please come in, Mr. Fowler. Please come and
Come
chat.
on down.
Come on.
And this hardcover, also printed at Mixam.
Downcast.
That
It is
Hardcover one.
fantastic.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is a Mixam book. So was Through the Woods. And that one's really glossy. And this one is more of a matte satin finish. And it doesn't stink like a Magic Cup.
Well,
Why would satin
you
finish?
rub my
thing?
pits on him, brother.
Satin finish.
Just
This
for
was
the
about the
last
last one. That was the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
I was the last backer for Magic Cop.
it's true.
Everybody's excited about being the first backer. I was the last backer.
You got to be
You
the
like
last.
to
Also,
to
mix
play on
them.
the
Yeah,
wild side.
mix them.
Nice. Yeah, I always notice the smell, and I've been starting because I back so many of these books. I smell them and then try to guess where they were printed at because
You little
smell.
fucking Rain Man over here. Okay. So what
It's
do
your
you
weirdest
discover?
possible game.
Fucking
Hidden
I'm not-
Bloodhound.
I'm not.
Bloodhound Stoker. I don't know.
I'm not super good at it, but like you have a frame of reference.
You don't say.
Eric's book. Eric's book was printed at Mixam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, does this smell like Eric's book, or does this smell like Downcast? And they
Huh.
smell drastically different. Like I'm not.
Now
I
I,
feel
need
like
to
this is
know
a-
like which printer has the best smell. Like which one
We'd
smells
have
like
I feel like this is a game
burritos or
Adam
whatever.
Post would be good at this game.
Adam Post
Yeah.
probably picks his printers based on smell.
Yeah, based on. Yeah, he's been around the block.
Yeah.
Is this serious?
Yeah, the China ones have a certain aroma, but
Peanut oil.
Jersey, definitely printed in Jersey. Yeah. Burns the eyes. Like, I don't know. That's
I don't
crazy.
know what it is.
I can totally see him doing that.
It's the ink. You guys ever like you get a bunch of books and it just the smell?
I
is-
love him, man. That guy.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not alone there. I've heard all sorts of people.
Oh, I went into
I bet
a
there's people
comic
that are
book shop.
masters, dude.
I went into a comic book shop yesterday and I had my stupid mask on, but I could still smell the comic books through it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this is all, I haven't been in a comic book shop in months. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is nice.
Are
yeah.
people still wearing masks?
Yeah.
They just made it a requirement here. Like for the longest time, it's been kind of loosey goosey, and now it's like you can't go out.
Yeah, dude.
Just now?
It
In the
was
heat of the summer?
it was loosey goosey, and then I ordered food tonight, and the Jimmy John's chick is like got the mask and the gloves, and she's standing like 10 feet away from my door when I answer it, and her hands are like, nah, like it's some sort of zombie apocalypse. My food is like between my screen door and my real door, and there's a little like pin with a piece of paper, and the pin has like a weird
Oh
piece
my
of
God.
papery thing on it, like covering it. So I can hold that to sign, and I was just like, dude.
Hey, everybody, let's share germs. That's how we build our immune systems. Also, my state was like, the governor was like, mandatory masks, but it's up to the counties to enforce. And then my city, the sheriff and the police chief both said, we're not going to enforce it. How can we? How can we enforce this? And then the county I live in said, we're not going to require it, but we strongly recommend it. And so I was like, good, some common sense. I don't have to wear a mask. And then my city said, masks mandatory. So as it trickled down, it was back and forth. Luckily for me, here's the deal. You are exempt from it if you have certain medical conditions. One of those being hearing impairment. I'm left in my...
You're left in your right ear?
my deaf ear. I'm deaf in my left ear, have been for almost 12 years now. But how do I go around when everybody else is wearing a mask, me not wearing one, and then be like, sorry, I'm exempt? Because it's not like I just want to go, huh? It's not like you can see my, you know.
It's
Just
his-
grow your mustache down over your lips and be like, I'm masked. I'm good.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And carry your AR everywhere.
That's
Because of
even
it.
better. We do have open carry here in Kansas, so
It'll protect you from
yeah.
the virus.
Open
Matthew
carry
Fowler is
with the
here.
mask. They could get like a bandit if you're open carrying with the mask.
Yeah.
That's
Get a
true.
little iffy there.
Everyone's dressed like they're ready for a robbery any moment. So if you're packing heat, you've got to
Yeah,
be one step ahead.
whenever I get gas and like someone will just walk into the gas station right behind me real fast with their mask on, it's kind of always like that. You know, I can't get used to everyone wearing masks all the time. Yeah.
I like it.
A little unsettling. Matthew Fowler, welcome onto the stream. I've got my copy here. How do you say it? I try to say Seco. Am I saying that right?
I say Psycho 66 because that's what everyone started calling it. I'm like, Psycho 66 sounds cool. So since early on, when I first started making it, I've just called it by the wrong name, Psycho 66. But it's Saicho, I think. It's the Japanese word for growth, like giant man or growing, or whatever. So we just kind of went with that.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm glad everyone's liking it. The print quality was amazing. That 3D Zach dude bought a printing press and put it in his garage, and everyone's like, oh, don't do that or whatever. That guy's like, hold my beer. And he went and, did the whole thing himself. So,
Yeah, I mean, if it's a press, yeah, hell yeah.
so he did a great job, man. He's printed. I only sold like 150 copies or whatever. And he did the 250 print run, super cheap and delivered it fast.
I feel like a hipster though, because I'm one of the cool ones that backed it. And,
right.
The cover, this is like legit. Spared no expense. This covers by Alejandro Maribel, isn't it?
Yeah. What, Long Harbor, the guy that does all the sea monsters. Yeah, he's awesome. It tells tales about being a real life treasure hunter and scuba diver. I was like, dude, I need this guy to draw the sea monster. He's got life experience. With real teeth coming at him underwater. So
it's so cool. And then you had Matt Weldon doing the interior art. I cannot tell you how long it has been of me asking, maybe monthly, Matt Weldon, are you free yet? I want to work with you. But he's just working so much, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
But,
I'm in line for October. October 2020 is when he's drawing issue 2. So it's like you gotta.
wow.
His dance card is full. You got to get in line.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it is with Farrah on coloring anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I had to put in a special request for my Battle Brick Road first batch of pages, and then I'm not going to be colored until October or November. Luckily, I'll be done with the book by then. So
a lot of shakeups with colorists since COVID hit. I mean, because a lot of them are over there in the Philippines or Asia or something, and they can't get into their offices. They don't really work from home. They actually have like commercial offices they color from.
Oh wow.
So I know Saicho was about 2 months late because we lost our first color. Well, we didn't lose her, but she lost her workspace and became behind, so we couldn't use her. And then the second artist we got for the color, it took a few months to start because it's so backtracked from all that stuff. But we finally got it out, so I'm glad to just get it in people's hands. I was sweating it being a few months late and all.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's crazy when you were the guy running the show. You're the publisher.
Right.
Yeah, it's intense. And I was worried like my printer would not be up and running. They have a lot more work. They're a little backed up, he said, but they're still in business, which is
that giant size gallery edition that Eric was showing. Yeah. That was originally supposed to be 11 by 17, but we've lost our overseas printer for that. We were going to have to print in Europe at first to get that giant size. But Adam Post hooked it up with Mix'em, and they called to a lot around different places, and we worked on it for about a week, and they finally found one that would be able to do 13 by 5 is what it ended up
something
being.
Like that. 13 by 9, or I forget exactly.
And we had to have Eric do some emergency pre-press, to resize it and get it all ready for the wraparound hardcover. He came through, though. It was awesome. Got it done. Looks really nice.
It turned out fantastic. It looks great. Feels great.
Yeah. There's so few copies of everything, too. They're going to be real collector's items one day, maybe.
That's good, man.
I think 250 of the floppy, and then we only had about 250 of the gallery made. And we lost 20 of those gallery editions that Matt did all the head sketches on. They got civil unrest disappeared from the USPS. So we had to redo 20 gallery edition head sketches. And the original art all got lost too, like all 25 pages of original art. But luckily it was packed in a box within a box, and it was returned to Matt like a few days later. And I just got that in the mail today and have like all 25 pages of original art. And I think we sold 5 pages I have to send out to a few backers, but it's all in my hands. And just like I said earlier about getting in original art and stuff, it's like, dude, flipping through my whole comic book that's like just the black and white pages. It was like, oh man,
so cool, dude.
Crazy.
And your second one's gonna do even better. Like, this is your first project, right?
First anything. I had a failed one in 2018, but it was with the Nintendo box cover artist painter that did all the Contra and Castlevania stuff. And we asked $50K, for a 75-page fully painted 11 by 17 book, like a big thing coming out of the gate. So no one really felt it. But the whole point of that project was to kind of relaunch the painter's career, and that worked out. So I got him the Contra box cover and the Curse of the Moon stuff, and became a artist, art manager out of it. So I was able to dump all that Nick Cave and the Bad Seed album cover money and the Contra cover money into hire an artist like Matt to just do that book when his dance card was free, to just kind of slip it in there.
Yeah, man. Doing the second one is going to do even better because you delivered, man, and people are digging it. You're seeing the response. That's what happened with us. Us with Magic Cop, and definitely hit up that sign up list too, because that's really big right now. Really worked out for us, and you're going to see some growth out of it, man. Keep at it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think any day now we're launching a mailing list for my next book called The Prospectors.
Yeah.
And we're going
looks
to
so
jam
cool.
on that mailing list until September 1st and then launch that campaign September 1st with however many, people we get added on there. As far as
Kanan's
Sideshow
one of them,
goes,
right?
yeah, Kanan did the character designs for the book with me, and the original ad, that's in Downcast and College of the Day. I put that ad so many places. I was like, let's just do like the old Image comics and bomb as many books with full page ads as we can. But yeah, Kanan worked on the character designs. He ended up moving his schedule around that put Brand 2 in front of everything, and then he's doing that Fearsome or whatever for E, and a Cyberfrog story for Ethan too. So I ended up hiring another Brazilian artist, Ricardo Jaime.
Wayne and Kite.
And no, Ricardo Jaime is his name, but he can do a pretty decent job of cloning that Kanan style. The tall, lean characters with, especially since he did all the character designs, just giving them to the guy who was good to go. So, luckily, like I can keep moving forward with it without losing too much,
It's exciting, man.
And like I had to run the Kickstarter for Sideshow 66 Second Chance, because a lot of Matt Weldon's customers are actually on Kickstarter, not over on Indiegogo. Like Punchline did really good over there, and I think he's got
an audience.
a few books with Lim that went over there. So Sideshow 66 is on there, second printing. Not doing really a heavy promo of it, because I'm not kind of really about that Kickstarter life, but figured we'd let it go.
It's out there right now for people to get?
And it's flopping. I mean, like my people really aren't over there, so it's like at $300, $200, whatever. But
do we have the link?
Oh, I wouldn't. I mean,
I'll post it.
I mean, we've got.
I'm not. I mean, guys could check it, but I mean,
they just got to see the books. They know they're real.
Yeah,
He
it's
delivers.
except
They're finished. They're
the
completed.
Alejandro cover is for my Indiegogo people only. That was the 250 that were printed. That's the only time that's ever going out again. It may be a pinup in supplemental material or whatever, but as far as covers go, you get, like you said, it's opening night on Indiegogo. That's the big night at the movies, premiere in Hollywood or whatever. Like he said, I view doing the Kickstarter as like Redbox. So it's like if you missed out on the first one, maybe you could rent it, and then on to maybe try publishing or digital download somewhere down the line. I submitted the book to Shonen Jump contests and a few other I might have submitted it to Peter, and I think I was supposed to submit it to Image, but the paperwork was too long, so I put it off for a while. But either way,
Image is not going to. I submitted to Image so many times until I realized how it works. They just have their buddies like, oh, Rick Remainder wants to do a book. Okay, you know what I mean. Scott Snyder wants to do a book. They're I don't know if they've been checked. They're there, but I feel you.
A couple of my test readers.
Gender.
A couple of my test readers were really like, yo, did you submit this to Image yet? It's like, you should do that. So I was like, whatever. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's all about promotion nowadays. It's like you have to just master this
for sure
personality, and kind of be around more. I'm more in the
two-time Hollywood video champion.
Yeah.
If you're that's the thing is the tough part is like if you're selling it, and publishers have a hard time with it anyways, selling it. But if you're selling it, if you figure out a way to just sell it to people, then you're not getting all that much from a publisher, depending on who the publisher is.
Well, they don't even want you to some of them don't even want you to promote it. Like Shane Davis was on Ethan last night, and he was saying that Image didn't want him to promote his book.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Own book. They said, we don't want you talking to. He was trying to call retailers and say, hey, this is here. You should order it.
Well, and earlier in the year, I wasn't too worried about what did we get, like 150 backers on the Indiegogo. I was going to supplement that with conventions and, other stuff. But then, I mean, COVID hit and it's kind of like, well, what are you going to do? I mean, I had fighting game tournaments lined up that were.
I was gonna meet you, brother.
You know,
we were gonna hang out.
Oh yeah, okay. So you know all about that
Combo breaker.
Combo breaker, yeah. Blank for a second. But yeah, Matt was supposed to do the program for that with all the different fighting game characters, and you know, but that exploded. So we're kind of just you know dealing with the new reality. So
I was really looking forward. One of my bucket list things is going to a convention and just tabling and meeting people and selling books. It sounds really lame, but I always wanted to be on that side of the table. And I was like, I'm going to do it this year. I was even like this close.
I got my outfit picked out and everything for it.
It's sitting on the edge of my bed. It has been for 6 months.
For 20 years.
Clint, have you been reading chat? I don't know. I'm playing Doom, so I'm not paying attention to chat. But 3D Zach is in here dropping all the info that he has on everything he can do with his print run, with his printer.
Came in 35% less than Mixum.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to reveal his rates on there, but they were right on.
Got a printer upgrade, and we'll be able to make bigger runs. 3D Zach, it'd be great to have you on sometime. We need to give you full attention too, because you can hold my feet to the fire. I said it's a bad idea to print from home.
Well, he doesn't have a home printer.
Right.
This dude's got a legit printer.
A legit printer press.
Yeah.
I want
guillotine, the guillotine trimmers and everything. Yeah, it's legit.
It's amazing.
This is not
amazing,
paper cutter stuff.
This is that's the way we should be doing this, man. That's exactly the way we should be doing this. It should be like
printer, brother.
So, like we have our printing dude. We've got our letters. We got Eric letters on the letters. We've got we need our crew that helps people get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm getting trading cards. I should be getting them pretty soon. But Rooster Puncher did my trading card packs in wax packs like you used to get, when you're kids. And so I'm stoked to get those in person and see them. But
don't you have to do that yourself though? That's what he told me. You have to fold it yourself.
Iron it close.
Maybe he did it for me.
What?
Paid him to do it. I don't know. Maybe he changed his policy.
Maybe. See, that was the only thing that really. Well, that and I only have 3 cards, and one of them is only if you signed up early, you get the special one. So right now there's only 2 cards. So wax pack didn't make sense at this point, but
it's possible.
I was thinking about folding all that stuff after I had done folded my own posters forever.
Yeah.
Still am when a Flying Fortress. See, I keep doing it, Vaughn. When a Flying Fortress order goes out, fold them. Just it just gets tedious, especially because I've done like 1,800 of them now. So it's like, geez.
Yeah. Well,
try folding those Geminis. They're like origami at first.
Oh, I know.
Kind of get the technique down.
I've done about 800 of them so far.
Don't get a cardboard cut though. Those are brutal. Those will put you down.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it kind of healing from the Gemini packing process. It's not stigmata, that's a cardboard slash.
He's got one. Super chat here, $5 from Renka Bot. Thank you very much for that $5. Says just got the gallery book off Kickstarter. You can thank Eric for holding it up. Looks sweet. Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you, Renka Bot.
There you go.
Yeah,
people like to see stuff. They like to see things happen, and things knowing they're going to get it. So
knowing that they're printed too, that'll be fun. I think in a couple years from now too, when it's like, hey, book's finished, we're going to do a hardcover or whatever. Things come out, and I don't know. I was just thinking like the Warts and All collection. I've been wanting that for a while. I don't know when he's launching that thing, but it's just cool to know that it's like they just have to do pre-press.
It's just gone through a few different colorists, and then are they going to leave it black and white? There's just been decisions on that. I think Ink Spots was working on that for a little bit. I remember.
Yeah, makes sense. Still a lot of stuff to do, but it's just I don't know. It's cool to see collections coming out. I love that kind of stuff. It's really cool.
Clint, there was a question for me in chat. I don't know if Sauce is still in here, but he was asking about the Lost Pages digital copy and why it's $25. I wanted to answer that. So basically what our thought behind it is, if you buy like a digital video game, it's still the same price. The amount of effort has still been put in by myself as the writer and the art team to making the thing. So there's no shipping at all. It's the same price as the regular book, and so we're not kind of like undercutting ourselves or underselling a product. We still think it's worth the amount that we think it's worth to bring to you guys. So that's the reason we did that too.
Yeah, I did the same thing. It becomes I don't even want to do digital at all, but I always have like 2 people that ask for digital.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing digital for I think 2 people. But yeah, it ends up being like the expenses in making a book are much less to do with printing than it is to do with the production of the book.
Paying artists, colorists.
Yeah.
And if you make your digital version too cheap, you undercut the value of your actual book.
Exactly.
Too. So
I did that.
With the initial release, you got to keep it at least the same minus the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if you can't afford international physical, you might offer the digital tier solely to international, but still the same price. That's
what I did with Flying Fortress. I sold the book for $35 because it was a massive over 200 page book, and I did it as an experiment because the big complaint was I'm international. That's why I buy digital because I don't want to pay shipping. So I said okay, and I think I sold it for $30 for the digital, and I had like 16 people back it. But that was if you're just going to if your complaint is the shipping, that's why you're buying digital. Then I'm going to keep it roughly the same price, maybe a little bit of discount for it being digital. And they got it the same time everybody else got theirs.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about CG guys putting their, selling their book for $25 and then digital for $5, and it kind of like tanks their campaign because they get so many digital sales that they're missing out on. But the thing I wanted to add that makes our digital go a little bit extra mile is we have these blockheads that we give out to every backer. And when you get the digital copy, you also get the PDF of the blockhead for free. So you can print it out, put that together as well. So we're still trying to give you guys the most that you can with the lost pages.
That's great.
That's the way of doing it.
I charged $18 for my digital, and that's it. Like I got how many sales? 133 sales.
Yeah.
So I don't think it tanked my campaign. I don't think it necessarily hurt too bad. I don't know. I haven't run a bunch of numbers against it or anything. I felt comfortable with it because I got a lot of emails from people saying thank you so much for having digital because I wouldn't have been able to afford shipping overseas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you were charging $2.99.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I felt like I kept it high, but not like through the roof.
You look at the guys on Kickstarter and what they do, they're selling their book, they're selling a maybe 48-page book for $15, and then their digital is like $4.99, And I feel like that's the old mentality, the Kickstarter mentality, where they need to kind of get with the times, dude. Do it
a lot of the Kickstarter stuff, like the $5 thank you tip in page and all that kind of stuff. It's and then digital just being like, since Kickstarter's been around, it feels like it's been around longer, but I think Indiegogo's actually older. I could be wrong.
Kickstarter's just stagnant, man. I think.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Indiegogo, even with like a lot. I don't know. A big part of it too is just where is your audience going, and that is everything, honestly. And so I don't know. Like I hear people like, "Hey, if you did Kickstarter, you're going to make whatever percentage more because there's a bigger group of people going there, but they're not my people going there." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't even. None of those other numbers really matter because I've just. That's works. It works with Indiegogo so well. I love the platform, and I've used Kickstarter before too. So
I think as John Malin says in the chat, no digital, no problems. And this is the guy that hates rap. That sounds like a rap song to me.
It does.
He's also the guy that just
can't
paid
work in
$30,000 for shipping, right? I just heard Malin say that, right? $30,000.
I was thinking about I'm just thinking about giving everybody digital so that my comic just spreads like a virus across.
You know what I'm going to do?
Like,
I'm going to have a digital book. I have a digital book that's free, but
my
charge
comic,
$20 shipping.
herpes, the clap, Just get it.
Yeah.
Comic.
Yeah. Chlamydia, pick one. But like I want it
You
out
won't be
there
able
and I
to
want people
avoid
talk
it.
saying its name.
Oh
And
yeah.
I want
for sure.
teenagers to be
You
afraid
want
of it.
as big as Corona. You know, people are.
I want to
Yeah,
put it in
man.
so many
Corona comic.
places that you. I want to
Are
put it in so many places that you pay me to take it away.
these fatal pages only in the back room, or are these on the
Yeah, we
stream
see
right
it. Yeah,
now?
these are fatal
These are-
on the
these
screen.
are on the
Man,
screen.
that 2-page spread looks sick. I
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah,
It's
it
awesome.
does.
Almost like Charlie's a
Thank
pro.
you, sir.
Charlie's amazing. Yeah, someone was asking, what's Charlie drawing on right now? I don't know what he's drawing on right now,
Big
but
piece of glass.
So sick.
this is the big news out today. We showed this page earlier, and man, the more I see this, it was so fun going through this and just writing dialogue and just connecting, adding voices, because the characters are just so full of life in the art alone that I cannot wait.
God,
And
so
I
heavy
saw
metal,
the-
man.
I saw the black and white one you had last week on the stream, but man, in color,
With
it's
the
really just
Aussies.
coming alive.
What do you guys think? Is this a Six Figures Young Lady campaign? It feels like
Yep.
it could be.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I
Without
mean,
question.
I think so. Yeah.
I've got
Unless,
Yeah.
unless Clint bumbles it.
It's
It
a
has
team.
the potential.
Oh, it's
Definitely
my.
has the
It's gonna
potential.
be my fault.
Yeah, it will
Yeah.
be.
This is
Could be.
no. I will.
Fatal.
I work.
Fatal
I
flaw.
work so hard
Clint.
at this, and I'm. I know. I
Yeah,
just want,
but according to the Hut, you were in a controversial band. So I don't know if you're going to be able to pull this one off. You were on Access Cable or whatever.
I think Fatal will ascend.
yeah. Hey,
I think
hey,
it's going to do great.
you remember my band name? Yeah.
I did.
This
I'm
is
never
gonna
gonna
be.
forget that.
This is gonna be fantastic.
My band name when I was in my first band in middle school was Absolute Zero, and that's pretty much what it amounted to.
Whoa.
I feel like that's another band I've heard of. Comics Exposed.
You
Sounds
could
like-
have called yourselves the Kelvins. The Kelvins and the Absolute Zeros.
That's where
Hey,
we got the name.
Science joke.
That's funny.
Thank you for the science joke.
I think
Kelvin and the Absolute Zeros. Anybody?
Yeah. That's
It'll be a
picture of.
Schrodinger's cat final photo finish.
Oh my
There's a
god.
science joke.
nerds.
Schrodinger's cat photo finish. Let me chase everybody out of the chat and keep doing
You got
science
nerd problems,
jokes.
man.
We could go back to
My legs.
I forgot the word ethical dilemmas and mailing lists. That was a big hit, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one brought all the ladies in.
Yeah.
That's right.
That one.
That's right. Appreciate it. I'm
Girls?
gonna
Isn't that right, girls? Girls?
yeah,
Girls?
wherever you are.
Ladies,
I like the feminist girlfriend talk better.
See, I try to. This is what happens. I try to end the stream, and everyone just talks.
we won't let you.
Really
Please end it.
Okay. I appreciate everyone.
Clint, I drew girls to bring them back into the stream.
There's the girls.
Charlie drew girls. We're ending. We started with the girls. We're ending with the girls. This is a double page spread from Fatal. You're not going to want to miss this. When I said months ago that this was going to be a blockbuster and that I was going to work with Charlie and put together a 6-figure campaign, I was not kidding. I think everyone is going to want this. So appreciate everyone coming in the stream. I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate it. I did get another super chat, so we're gonna read the super chat from Renkabot for $5. It says Absolute Zero was a PC game like in 1995. Doormark Software, Thief.
Go tell that to JJ.
Let it
He came up with a name.
let it be known. Cool.
JJ's a thief.
Appreciate it.
It is Thief. James Dean Anderson knows.
Thank you, everyone. I am ending the stream because I've got to move
Nice
on.
to meet you, Diaz. Nice to meet you, Matt.
Yes,
Matt.
yes, brother.
Yeah,
Back
good
to Lost
seeing
Pages,
everybody.
everybody. Back to Lost
Hey,
Pages. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me on.
Yep, back up. Lost Pages, Battle Brick Road,
Get that sweet Roquefort variant cover.
Psycho 66, and join the pre-launch page or the mailing list for Fatal. And we will see you next time.
Flat Earth's fake.